What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, oh boy, I love it when these come up in the queue. I love this. We are doing another request from the Random Number Generator. So yes, indeed, if you're a fan of random things, FEELIN, you, come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Supervised Chaos, and this is actually Supervised Chaos's prioritized request for the month of September for being a Silver Tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Chaos. I hope you enjoy the show. I have absolutely no idea what we're going to be doing here. We're going to have to switch over to the old Random Number Generator, and we're going to find out who's going to win the request this time. So give me a second to transition and I'll see you there. All right, here we are at the old Random Number Generator. So I have some parameters for this. If your request is under 300, you're going to be coming up in the next few months probably, so I don't think you should be included in this. This is really more for those, upper numbers that are like, for people who made these requests and they're going to be waiting years, you know what I mean? This is going to give them a chance to hopefully move up in the queue a little bit. When by a little bit, I mean all the way up to the front of the line. Right now, we currently have 1,266 requests in the queue. So that's the top number. So we're going to be picking a random number between 300 and 1,266. Now, just to make sure there's no possible way I could be rigging this or I could be cheating, I'm going to burn 3, okay? Maybe I'll do 4, I don't know, or maybe I'll do 5. But I'm going to burn some numbers through, and then whatever we have come up for the winning number, that's where I'm going to go into the queue, grab that request, and move it straight up to the front of the line. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's see, how many should I burn? How about, should I do 3 or 4? Let's do 4. I don't think I've ever done 4 before. Let's do 4. We're going to burn 4, all right? So here we go. Burn number 1. 981, that's pretty high up there. Next. 519, that's not too high. Let's see. 971, okay. One more burn. 350. You know what? Let's just burn one more, just to be on the safe side. We're gonna burn one more. Okay, 869. All right. Whatever comes up next, this is the winner. Let's go. Drum roll, please. 1,064. All right, so you got it, folks. 1,064. I'm gonna go into the queue, grab whatever request is at 1,064, and that's what we're gonna do the reaction to. So give me a second to get out of the queue, get everything set up, download the video, and I'll see you in the reaction. All right, we're back, and I have a winner here for you. Sitting at number 1,064 in the queue, we have Roadrunner United. Yes, indeed. How about that? Roadrunner United making their debut on the channel. This comes as a request from Frank Canini and obviously Supervised Chaos because he used his prioritized request to make this happen. Frank Canini and I guess Supervised Chaos wanted to see this. It is Roadrunner United. Oh God, I'm so excited for this. I'm sorry. I know I seem like I'm a little discombobulated. I'm very excited to see this. It is Roadrunner United doing a cover of the Mercyful Fate. Ah! I just realized wearing the shirt. Oh, that's very appropriate. Doing a cover of the Mercyful Fate classic tune, Curse of the Pharaohs. Now, have I heard the song before? Full disclosure, yes. Yes, I have. I know this song very well. I have heard this song hundreds of times. That is not an exaggeration. I am positive we're up in the hundreds. No questions asked. I have played this song both as a bassist and as a vocalist. This is a lot of fun to play, and it's a great song overall. But I have never seen Roadrunner United perform this song. So this is going to be a new experience for me. Number one, as a live performance, and number two, as a cover. So, but just full transparency, you're not trying to fool anybody here. I am not taking the original song into account in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to be basing my reaction, my evaluation of my score completely on the live performance and on the live cover of this song. So please keep that in mind. Roadrunner United, apparently this is some sort of a super group. Let's see, on vocals we got Tim Ripper Owens. On guitars we have, I hope it's Andreas Kisser. And also we have James Murphy. On bass we have Adam Deuce, and on drums, Joey Jordison. So we got some firepower up there for sure. Let's see how they do with this. Let's see, this was posted by Roadrunner Records, shocking. And the video has 7,000 views. It's not gonna get you there, sorry. Look, I'm sure the video's fine. I'm sure the performance is fine. I'm sure everything about this is fine. I'm just saying 7,000 views seems a little low. Yeah, it's not gonna get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? I am stoked. Let's get to this. Let's get those fingers up. Let's do it for King, because here we go. All right, here we go. Roadrunner United, Curse of the Pharaohs, live at the Nokia Theater, New York, New York, December 15, 2005. I'm pretty sure that's what those numbers mean. Oh man, I'm already geeking out. I can't wait to hear this. I love this song. I really hope these guys do it justice. I guess we'll find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I think we'll start with a little bit of the King, huh? The real King.
The real King. Thank you.
The real King. This might have been the start of the whole thing, right? Yeah. Huh? That's about the start of the whole label with the Mercyful Fate.
Okay. I'm digging it. I am digging it. I don't know anything about this cat singing. Tim Ripper Owens. I'm not familiar with him. Apparently, he's been in Iced Earth, and for a while, he was the lead vocalist for Judas Priest. I haven't heard any of that material. I have no idea how he sounds with Judas Priest, but I could see vocally how he could fit in with them. With Rob Halvor's departure, I know he came in the 90s, and he took over the lead. And I could see him fitting in there for sure with his vocal style. Instrumentally, is it exact? Is it perfect? No, they aren't. They're taking some liberties rhythmically as far as placement of notes. Not the notes themselves, but placement of notes. They're taking a couple of liberties here and there, but for the most part, like 99% of the song, they're nailing it. But there are some, in the main riff, there are some rhythmic disparities, but it still sounds good. I got no issue with it. And I don't want to take anything away from Tim Owens. I don't want to take anything away from him. King Diamond's vocals are really kind of based around falsetto. And Tim is not singing falsetto. He's singing with a blend voice. Very powerful, a very strong, projected, supported blend voice. Where King Diamond's vocals also still supported, powerful, projected, but they're very clearly falsetto. And there is a difference. You can hear a difference. I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking anything away from what Tim Owens is doing. All I'm saying is it's not that falsetto that we're used to hearing from Mercyful Fate and King Diamond. Is it better? I mean, I could definitely see the argument for that. I could definitely see the argument for people saying that this is a better performance than what King Diamond would do. But personally, I've always liked King Diamond's falsetto. I've always enjoyed it. So I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it. I'm just saying it's different. And it sounds good. It absolutely sounds good. But I do miss King Diamond's signature falsetto tone. So anyway, wow, this is a short performance. All right. Well, it is a short song. So let's get back and let's finish it and we'll get to the review. Be back up a little bit. Different approach there with the drums.
The curse of the Pharaoh can be so deadly. Well, just destroying your future, making it all shady. Don't talk, never ever stay out. One rest, you're in for the kill, we're for the kill.
if I were in the crowd, I'd be clapping too. They did a fine job. They definitely did a fine job covering the tune. I have mixed feelings. I definitely have mixed feelings. I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. I don't know how the score is gonna go on this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Roadrunner United, a supergroup formed for this occasion, with their rendition of the Mercyful Fate classic song, Curse of the Pharaohs. This was originally a request from Frank Canini, and it was sitting in the queue at number 1064, and along comes Supervised Chaos with his random number generator prioritized request. And that's how we ended up here. So yes, this was a prioritized request from Supervised Chaos for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Chaos. Hope you enjoyed the show, and you as well, Frank. I know this was your request originally. Make sure you thank Supervised Chaos for this. Otherwise, you'd still be waiting a while there, Frank. Okay, before I give my score, I just want to remind everybody that I've heard this song before. I am very familiar with this song. I am a huge fan of Mercyful Fate and King Diamond. I love both bands for different reasons. But I am a huge Mercyful Fate fan, and anybody who's a Mercyful Fate fan better know this song. If you're a Mercyful Fate fan and you don't know this song, how dare you? I'm sorry, but how dare you say that you are a Mercyful Fate fan and you've never heard this song before, or you don't know I'm not saying you have to love it. I'm not saying you have to like it, but you better know the song, because this is one of Mercyful Fate's signature songs. I love this song. I've heard it hundreds of times, and I've even played it on bass and on vocals. So it's a fun song to sing, man. It really is. So I am extremely familiar with the tune. I love the tune. And as such, I can't take the song into account in any way, shape, or form. I am basing my evaluation of my score completely on the cover that this supergroup did. So what they did with the song and with the live performance. Okay, that is what my score is being completely based on. Please keep that in mind. Okay, having said all that, I do have a score here. Let's get to that score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that cover and live performance, I'm going to give them both a combined score of 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.8. What does that mean? Well, a 7.8 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good performance. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go. A 7.8, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+. Not a D+, a B+. B as in boy. B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? So glad you asked. As I stated earlier, I am a huge Mercyful Fate fan. I mean, represent, right? This was not planned, by the way. I mean, how could I plan this? It's a random number generator. So this was not planned at all. It just, I guess, no pun intended here, I guess fate just intervened.
I've been waiting all episode to use that pun.
I am a huge Mercyful Fate fan. I love Mercyful Fate. Now, having said that, I love the song Curse of the Pharaohs. I absolutely love the song. But if I'm being honest here, folks, it's one of their least impressive songs from a songwriting standpoint. It's one of the simplest songs that Mercyful Fate has ever written. It's easy to follow. It's really easy to follow. And if I'm being honest, in some respects, it's not even borderline. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. It is predictable. You can really feel where the song's going. Once you hear the chordal progression, you've got it. You've absolutely got it. This was one of the easiest Mercyful Fate songs I've ever learned. Having said that, I still love it. I still love the song. This is one of those instances where if I were to review the song, the actual song itself, honestly, I would give the song on its own merit. I would give the song somewhere between a 5.8 and a 6.2, somewhere in there, if I'm being honest. It's a super, super simple song. Not complex really at all from a songwriting standpoint. There are many other songs for Mercyful Fate that are far more impressive than this song. First song that comes to mind, Satan's Fall, The Oath, Nightmare. And pretty much every song off of Don't Break the Oath is more impressive than this. But even going back earlier, Melissa, great tune. Very impressive tune. Let's see. Burning the Cross, great song. Desecration of Souls. I mean, you keep going back. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say, you know, maybe Into the Coven. I think Into the Coven and Curse of the Pharaohs are pretty much on the same level. Nuns Had No Fun is just an awful song. I hate that song. God. But there's a lot of other tunes that are far more impressively written than this song. But this song has got a great groove. Simple groove, easy to follow. This is a crowd-pleasing song, and I absolutely understand why. Like I said, I love the tune personally. I don't think the song is all that impressive. As far as this supergroup goes, you got some serious talent up there. You really do. I mean, on drums, you got Joey Jordanson. I mean, enough said. Tim Owens. I'm going to talk about him more towards the end. The guitar players. Let's see. Andre Kisser, I believe. I want to say Sepultura. It makes sense. James Murphy, I've never heard of him. And I'm not even 100% sure about Andreas Kisser. I think I remember his name being mentioned several times in a couple of Sepultura reactions I've done. James Murphy, no idea who that is. Adam Deuce, no idea who that is. But I gotta say, I like what I heard. I absolutely did. I absolutely enjoyed everything I heard from them as instrumentalists. They took some liberties. Now here's the thing. They took some liberties with the song, not with notation, but from placement of notation. Holding on instead of coming in a little, like holding on for an extra half beat, like an extra eighth note. In a couple of places. And I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no problem with that. As long as everybody's on the same page. Clearly this was rehearsed. This was not some last minute thing they just pieced together backstage on the day of the event and said, hey, let's all go do this, you know? It wasn't that. No, this was rehearsed. This was planned. And it shows. Because everybody was on the same page and it was played very cleanly. I got no issue with what they did with the song. I feel they absolutely did pay homage to the original. They just took a couple of liberties, and that's perfectly fine. I got no issue with it. The guitar solos were well done, very nicely done. You could hear the bass clear as day in the mix. I loved hearing that. And he absolutely sounds like a rock solid bass player. He really does. Notationally, nothing all that impressively done, but like I said, the song, it's on an impressively written song. What he sounded like he played the bass part pretty much exactly how it is on the album. Well, it depends on which album you're looking at. The Melissa album and the beginning album have two different versions of the song. There's a very clear-cut difference between the two, but it basically followed the same format, and his bass playing was solid. I love his picking. His picking, very aggressive. But he got a nice percussive attack with his, thanks to his, number one, his picking, number two, his bass tone, the way he has it EQ'd. Tim Owens, I'm sorry, in parentheses, not parentheses, in quotations, Ripper Owens, I guess his nickname is Ripper. Tim Ripper Owens. Okay. More than likely, I've heard this cat before. I have in the notes here, he is the vocal, or he was at least at one point, I don't know if he still is. At one point, he was the vocalist for Iced Earth. He was the vocalist for Judas Priest and for KK's Priest, which I think is KK Downing's solo project. I don't know if he's still the vocalist for them or not. He may be, he may not be. I don't know. But at one point or another, maybe he still is the vocalist for Iced Earth. I don't know. I've done a couple of Iced Earth reactions, so there's a very strong possibility I may have heard this cat before. But for certain, now I've seen him. Now I've heard him, without question. I keep hearing about him being in Judas Priest, and apparently this is a point of contention with him being a member of Judas Priest. Some people were a big fan of it, some people weren't. When he joined, apparently there was the Judas Priest fans were kind of divided, and they were very divided all the way through until his departure. And then even with his departure, fans were divided. You know, why are they getting rid of him? Well, they're bringing back Rob. And then people are like, well, Rob left. You know, why are they kicking him out just to bring back Rob? And other people were like, well, we want Rob back, so get rid of him. And, you know, politics are always a funny thing, man, especially when it comes to band members. I remember when Kiss reunited with the original four, and Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick were shown the door very unceremoniously, and I'm sitting there going, why? You know, I mean, I get it. People want to see Ace and Peter back in the band. I understand that, but you're just going to unceremoniously just fire Bruce and fire Eric, which is kind of funny because they brought Eric back when Peter quit again. So whatever. I never understood that mentality. I mean, I understand, you know, the fans want this, but from I don't know. I get it from a business standpoint. I suppose I get it, but at the same time, Bruce Kulick and Eric Singer were loyal to the band, and they didn't do anything wrong. So I don't get it. And the same thing with when it came to Judas Priest, I suppose. I haven't heard anything. Maybe Tim Owens wasn't a good fit with Judas Priest. Maybe his vocals just weren't a good fit. I suppose that's definitely a possibility. I don't know. I won't know until I hear it. But hearing what I heard here, I don't see the problem. I really don't. His vocals are strong, especially his blend voice. Dear Lord, he's got one of the strongest blend voices I think I've ever heard in rock and metal. I mean, it's powerful. And when it came to doing the upper parts, like King Diamond would do with the falsetto, he didn't go falsetto. He went to blend instead, and it was different. I'm not saying it was better. I'm not saying it was worse. I'm just saying it was different. He hit the notes. He absolutely hit the notes, and he hit them with power, and he had the vibrato to boot. It's just I'm used to hearing King's falsetto tone as opposed to a blend tone. So I don't know if I like it more than King or not. I think I like King Diamond's falsetto better just because I'm used to hearing. I've been hearing it for decades. So I think I'm just more used to that. But I don't want to take anything away from what Tim Owens did. I mean, the guy clearly has pipes. And when he hit those notes in a blend voice, I was kind of taken back by that. If I'm being honest, folks, I was impressed. I was. So as far as the cover goes, I think they did a bang-up job of it. And as far as a live performance goes, well, let's go down the checklist. Let's see if they hit anything. Did they have stage presence? I suppose they did. Okay. I've been asked this in the past. What defines stage presence? Looking like performers, acting like performers. And if I'm being honest with you, folks, this is kind of a weird one. Did they look like performers? Did they act like performers? If I'm being honest, like if there were not instruments in their hands, they looked like roadies coming out on stage. They were very casual coming out on stage. So I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say no. I think their stage presence was not really there. They looked way too casual. They just looked way too relaxed. They weren't really. It kind of looked like this was kind of old hat to them. And granted, it is. I'm sure it is. They're all experienced musicians, I'm sure. But you never want to have that relaxed look to you when you're coming out to perform. You should look excited. You should look happy to be there. And if I'm being honest, guys, they just kind of looked, at best, they looked kind of reluctant to be there. So I think this is the first time on the channel I've ever said this, but As far as stage presence goes, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say they didn't have it. Stage energy, check. They had that. They definitely had stage energy. A lot of moving around the stage. Like seeing that. A lot of energy being created. Stage interaction, check. Yeah, several times. The guitar players came together to play together. I saw Tim come over to the bassist. They interacted with each other. So we definitely had stage interaction. That was fun. Crowd interaction. At the very beginning, before the song started, yes. When Tim was talking to the crowd, he was engaging the crowd. So that was good. I would have loved to have seen more, but they did enough. He did enough to check the box. So I'm going to give it the check. Showmanship, check. Yeah, they had that for sure. They did put on a good show. A lot of movement around. When they were playing the song, a lot of like head banging and not just head nodding. I mean, they were, bending from the waist, deep head banging, which was really nice. They definitely put on a good show, without question. So the only thing that they missed, honestly, was stage presence. And like I said, for the first time ever on the channel, I'm not checking that box. I think they just looked too casual and they looked too relaxed, and they didn't look like they were ready to really put on a good show. So even Tim Owens coming out with the mic, when he was talking to the crowd, yes, it was there. He was talking to the crowd. He was engaging the crowd, but he was just kind of like he was talking to somebody on the phone. I'm just like, it's not really what I look for when I talk about stage presence. So yeah, for the first time ever on the channel, no stage presence. But other than that, I mean, everything else looked fine. Everything else looked good. Taking the live show into account, mixing it with how they did the cover, this is how we're coming to a 7.8. Like I said, it's not the most impressive song from Mercyful Fate, but it's definitely one of the most recognized and one of the most fun songs from Mercyful Fate. So yeah, 7.8. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.8, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.